understand? Now, in this scenario, what has happened, and you know, HH was benevolent enough to extend the period of mourning for an extra 9 days. As we sit here now, my understanding is that we are in day 4 of the 9-day mourning period. We are now in day 4. And I put on my banner, I said that Makebi Zulu and the family have thrown a spanner in the works. That phrase comes from, imagine, if you will, a car, and you turn on the engine and you lift the, is it the bonnet or the boot, where the engine runs and all the pistons are, and you take a spanner, literally a spanner, you throw it in there, it messes up everything. So everything that was once, you know, firing on all cylinders and everything was working perfectly, when you throw a spanner in there, it discombobulates the whole mechanism of the engine. This is what Makebi Zulu and the family are doing. They are discombobulating the whole process. Now, if you look carefully and you listen carefully, because the question is why, many of you will sit there and say, but why? Why has Makebi Zulu announced that the body will not arrive today, but it will arrive someday? Right now, as things stand, the Zambian people are experiencing emotional purgatory. We are now in a state of emotional purgatory. We are neither here nor there. We are not going forward. We're not moving backwards in terms of placing LUNGU's body to rest. And I've said to you many, many times that it is very significant, it's very important to place a head of state to rest, and anyone for that matter. That's the reason they call it placing him to rest. Why? Because in that act, you are bringing closure. You are opening the doors now to healing. But if you don't do that, you are deliberately creating a spirit of uncomfortability and angst. And you are using that uncomfortability and angst to your political advantage. That is the goal of Givenubinda. That's the goal of Makebi Zulu. That is the goal of Rafael Hajaka Nakachinda. Dare I say, that is the goal of Emmanuel Mwamba. It's the goal of the party. That is its modus operandi. Now, if you look closely at what Makebi Zulu said, Makebi Zulu outlined the reasons they have reneged, for lack of a better word. The reasons that Makebi Zulu and the family have reneged. They have backtracked. The 3 main reasons are, number 1, Makebi said that on the 16th of June, RDA, Road Development Agency, announced, Kuti, the road that leads to Chifwema, the road that leads to the official residence of ECL, was going to be worked on during the period that the body had returned to Zambia. Secretary to the Cabinet informed the family that these road works are going to be carried out while the body is here. The family and the party objected. They said, no. Those works, you can't have those works while the body is here, because when the body arrives, it will be ferried. It will be transported to and fro during the 3 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. To and fro. To and fro meaning from Mulungushi, from 9 a.m. to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, from 9 a.m. to 16 hours, body viewing. The public, you, me, and everybody else are invited to view the body. The body will lie in state, meaning it will be open in an open public place. That's what lie in state means. The family said at 16 hours, the body will be transported from Mulungushi, driven to Chifwema. That will happen every day for 3 days. So we can't have road works. The government said, no problem. We will suspend those road works. Very quickly, government called RDA and say, but RDA, if you're LUNGU during this period that Balungu's body is going to be ferried from Mulungushi to Chifwema, I am a roadworks ayolekeni stop. In addition to that, Makebi Zulu announced and said, no, on the 17th of June, the following day, the government said that the public is not allowed to go to the airport, to KK International Airport, to receive the remains of Balungu. The family, along with Makebi Zulu, regarded this as reprehensible. They rejected that notion. Why are you stopping the public from going to KK International Airport and receiving the body? Guys, it is very simple. When you allow the public that is led by the PF party, because you see, the PF party is very adept at mobilizing thuggery. Very adept. The PF party, all it takes is just a phone call. You just tell the commanders, Commander waku Chawama, Commander waku Kanyama, Commander waku Mutendere, Commander waku Kumatero. You just tell the commanders, Bane tulea ku airport, tulefama bus ID 400. Chila bus mu making sure abalumendo mulete impeta. Make sure you bring mendo fidya. Make sure you call young men that simply don't have a life and tell them to come to the airport. What you would have ended up having, and guys, I want you to understand this. Pantus, you know, sometimes you know, you think that everything is partisan. You think you're saying that because, but when it comes to cadres, like any Nande, cadres, it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter which political party they're from. The moment you have a crowd of people that is being led by so-called party loyalists, aka cadres, my goodness. Governor, in fact, your KK International Airport is open to the public. Anyone can go there. My goodness. First of all, Chidachi Airport, it will be vandalized. Bane. The whole structure will be vandalized. Anyway, knowing the PF the way we know them. After all, ni isi wa chiche airport. And in fact, let me tell you, some of you don't know that when KK International Airport was built, it was built by the Chinese. The entrance of the airport, this is a true story, I'm not making this up. I know it's a side note, but let me mention this because I have to make this very valid point. When KK International was first built, before it was commissioned, because it was built by the Chinese, what is the color of the Chinese flag? Tell me. Huh? What is the color of the Chinese flag? Njebeni muma comments yumo mweba ishba mweba sambidira fata to sambidira imo mweba sambidira. What is the color of the Chinese flag? What is it? Njebeni muma comments yumo. Some of you don't even know what happened when that airport was being first commissioned. There was drama. This was right before the 2021 elections when that airport was built. The color of China is red. The Chinese wanted to put a very big red entrance. But front padia. Mawe. Apia fali kana sana. Ukweba ma Chinese if you mule for kubika red. Wala taya bombeyo. Chifumieni chi red kalecho. Who wants the red here? We know you Chinese, the flag of the color of your national flag is red, yes. But for us, red means something else. To you, it's a color. To us, it is the color of our enemy. Remove that red. You don't even know the hassle and those guys couldn't understand. They said, what do you mean? I mean, this is what we're going to put. No, you can't put red. So my point is, when you say the body is arriving at KK International Airport, anyone is allowed to go there. Mawe, there'll be 10,000 Zambians there. Why? Because there are more. Bane, the PF have supporters in this country, just like UPND has supporters, MMD has all political parties have supporters. They'll go there. Now, when they go there, my goodness, imagine what PF cadres can do to KK International Airport, especially when they have it in their heads. Kuti Ichichi Airport, it was built by ECL. We have the right to this building. Ama shops, imiotoka, people will be robbed, shops will be vandalized, chaos will ensue. It will be utter bedlam. So when Patrick Kangwa responded to Makebi Zulu, when Makebi Zulu said, no, but why are you stopping people from going there? Patrick Kangwa, secretary to the cabinet, simply said, there are security concerns. Now, does it take a rocket scientist to understand that? But to you and me, we're all Zambians. We know how cadres operate, regardless of which political party they're from. It's like they have one mother, the mother of chaos. You allow cadres to go to an airport in this climate, my goodness, where people have an axe to grind, my goodness, where political loyalists see an opportunity to just ignite chaos, my goodness. So those are the concerns. Now, if you ever Sande Peter, my mother's father, used to say, umuntu na 5 senses alomfwa. Makebi Zulu na family ngaba ikiratio if balanda chine ba government if balanda tiyawe ngamwaisula airport abantu bakafula edo kukaba confusion ama businesses yabantu yakaba affected imiotoka bakatoba. Imagine that car park ku KK International Airport fide aba spaka jezi and you release 10,000 cadres in KK mawe, you think imiotoka muri akuti bashipanya ama windscreen, ama wind wipers, ama chiti ayo kuti baya panya. It will be total chaos. Ngabati kwati ni mpashi. Ngabati bengire muri mu airport muri ama shops yonse kutoba no kuiba. Ama phone kuiba. That is what the government is concerned about. Now, when the government raises that concern, it is not for the family now to push back and say, no, you are not going according to our agreement. Be reasonable. Put the country first. Be reasonable. Clearly, the family is not being reasonable. They are being unreasonable for the sake of their own political advancement. Now, when you put your political interests before the country, then something is wrong. Something is desperately wrong. Number three, Makebi Zulu pointed out, Kuti, on Thursday, Hagainde Hichilema will lead the mourners at Mulungushi Conference Center. Makebi Zulu said, no, that's not what we agreed. What we agreed was Sunday was when the HH would preside over the ceremony at the showgrounds. The issue here is that the PF, through the conduit of Makebi Zulu, has peddled a lie hatched in the pits of hell. Kuti, Edgar Lungu said, I don't want HH anywhere near my body. Those are lies you tell the Zambian people. You can't prove to us that Edgar Lungu said that. Ubobufi. You are lying. And the truth is not in you. Edgar Lungu may have had personal differences and political differences by virtue of the fact they were partisan. Edgar Lungu was a partisan politician. So of course they would have differences with the HH because they stand on opposite side of the political spectrum, the political divide. They were political opponents. So obviously on the issue of politics, there were many things that they didn't agree on. But for you to suggest for you to peddle this lie, Kuti Edgar Lungu said, I don't want HH near my body. Uwobufi, you are lying to the Zambian people. And the purpose of that lie is to create division, angst, and you want to destabilize the peace of this nation. That's what you want. You are not putting the country first. You're not. And for me, I'll be very frank with you, I was very sad to see Mayoba Esther. I want to see a situation whereby Esther is speaking, because she's the widow. I know in Zambia we've got this new, she's the widow, should not talk. No. The widow should be given center stage, not exclusively the family on Edgar Lungu's side talking. That is a big problem. We're going to be hearing about that later. The only problem is Kalamba Sana. Don't ignore that fact. Because by and large, we've ignored. The Zambian people have ignored the important role that Esther Lungu plays in this whole thing. You are sidelining her. You are. And it's not right. Put the country first. The reasons that Makebi Zulu has put forward, in his mind, in the family's mind, these reasons are justifiable. They are not. They are unreasonable. What is the purpose? If you say 16th of June you announced Kuti RDA is going to be paving the road that leads to Chifwema, the official residence of ECL, and then the government says, okay, we'll tell RDA to stand down. You've been given a concession there. Then you turn around and say, no, on the 17th you announced the Kuti Bantu are not allowed to go to the airport. Why? They gave you the reason. They said it's a security concern. The whole airport will be vandalized. You can't see that? They know it. The PF know what's going on, but they have no idea what's happening. There's a Jimmy Swaggertism right there for you. Jimmy used to say that. They know what's going on, but they have no idea what's happening, because they're blinded by their own selfish goals. This issue now plays perfectly into the hands of Raphael Hijacker Nakachinda. They are dancing with glee. They're happy. Twabika spanner in the works. Can you imagine that type of thinking? And you call yourself a Zambian? You're not putting Zambia first. Makebi Zulu, you're not putting Zambia first. Given Rubinda, you are not putting this country first. Emmanuel Mwamba, wherever the hell you are not putting Zambia first. You're putting your own political interests first. This thing where they are saying no, concessions, agreement, it is an attempt to usurp and undermine the authority of this administration by saying no, give us this, give us that, give us that. Before you know it, the whole camel will be in the tent. That, my brothers and sisters, is not what's going to happen here. Let us keep our eyes on the ball. The ball is for us as a people to see our former and late president being laid to rest with dignity, respect. Not this skullduggery that's going on by Makebi and company. Stop it. You will stop at nothing. Of course, you're not going to listen to us. Who are we? You will carry on with your own machinations. But let me tell you, when the dust settles and when the dew dries, regardless of how long it takes, ECL will be buried here in Lusaka. It will happen whether you like it or not. He doesn't just belong to you. He belongs to us. All right.